so different.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, my We Are Not So Different family. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode. I sure appreciate y'all. So this morning, as you can see, this familiar face, Miss Brandi has returned. We
Hey.
did the episode for the plus size called "Embrace Your Voluptuosity," and I'm still not sure if that's a word, but we're gonna coin it
It's
to
not.
that. Okay. Um, but I got so much feedback all over. I'm talking texts, Facebook, like even like friends that, and this is gonna sound crazy, and I don't know why, even like skinny friends. I mean, God bless y'all, but like
We
even my
appreciate the
skinny
support.
exactly. They were like, oh my gosh, I just watched your show and blah blah blah. And I'm like, so it's caused them to like think about some things and consider some
Hmm.
things. And I'm really excited about that. So thank you to my non-plus size sisters and brothers, that have been reaching out. But I was like, look, we got to bring Miss Brandi back, first of all, because we ain't finished our conversation.
No, we didn't.
And secondly, because it's received such like positive reviews. So Miss Brandi again. I feel like by this time she's family, so I'm not going to read her bio over again. If you want to hear the bio, then go watch the first show. It's on YouTube. It's on my website. It's everywhere.
It's
So
everywhere.
yes. So Miss Brandi, I know that you have like a million and one things going on. So I appreciate you agreeing to come back and chit chat with us this morning.
Oh, no problem. I was more than happy to come back. I'm excited. I've been looking forward to this since we finished the first one.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yes.
So I think where we left off on our list of topics, we were just starting to scratch the surface
Just
as
scratch.
it pertained to dating as the big girl, plus size girl, BBW,
Mm,
voluptuosity, all that good stuff, whatever, a positive attribute you want to attach to,
right.
yes, our
Yes.
queendom, not kingdom,
I
queendom.
like that. The queendom.
Yes. And I'm not even sure like exactly where we were in it dating, but your experience. How about you
It,
just jump right in? Yes, before I
right.
yes.
So I will preface everything I'm about to say with dating to say that it got better as I got older.
Okay.
Um,
As
I
all
guess
things do. Fine
that's
likewise.
all things do. Yes.
Yes.
And I guess it's a different group of guys, a different mindset or whatever, but it got better. But in those younger years and way back when, it
Ooh,
was like,
child.
yeah, it's like the mentality of the guys was, you should be thankful that I even want to go on a date with you. I'm like, you know, okay, yeah, I'm thankful. Sure, let's go with that. And then it was well, that was one of the comments I got a lot of, like, you should be thankful that I even want to go on a date with you. And then of course, the stereotypical, oh, you know what, you have such a pretty face.
I almost
And
cussed. I'm trying to stay safe today, Miss
I
Brandy.
saw your mouth. I saw your mouth.
I'm trying to stay
You almost
safe.
let it go. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's like, you have such a pretty face. I'm like, and when they said that, I'm like, okay, I feel the butt. So go ahead, give me the butt. Well, no, there's no but. Oh, yeah, there's definitely a but. So what's the but? Well, I mean, I'm not saying I have this problem, but if you was to like drop like 50 pounds,
Wait, so someone actually said this. It came out of their mouth, like they had the audacity, the unmitigated gall.
the unmitigated gall to
Okay.
actually say that. Yeah, yeah. Then there was this one time, because I'm like we said before, I'm a tomboy. I am not the girly girl. It's just not me. I'm sorry, it's not. I just had a visit with some of my area manager, my DM, and we were talking about that. I'm like, I don't even know how to put on makeup. Like, I'll do chapstick, like lipstick and gloss. That's it. So there was one time I got really dolled up with the makeup and everything. And
Don't hurt him, sis.
hey, and the comment, and I posted the picture, and it was a joke, like, because I always joke with my family. I'm like, okay, y'all, I'm about to post this picture. So you better download it, screenshot it, whatever you want to do, because you know I don't do full face makeup very often. So I posted the picture, and everybody was just blown away. Wow, Brandi, you're so beautiful. I'm like, okay. And then my inbox started blowing up.
Oh.
Yeah, but some of that, but then it was also, you would look so much better if you wore makeup like that all the time. Oh, okay. And I even asked one, I was like, so why do you say that? Well, you big girls, y'all got to do extra stuff to make sure that you're attractive.
Who
Like,
are these people? I'm sorry. I realized that I talked while you were talking,
That's
but it would not allow me to push the pause button any longer. There's a pause button in my head. Are these friends, family? Who are these people that
friends of friends, acquaintances. There we go. We'll say it. They were acquaintances. So they knew me through other people. Some of them were guys who had been trying to shoot their shot. And for one reason or another, I wasn't bothered. Like I can kind of read people and get a vibe. And most of the time with those guys, I just got a weird vibe off of them that I didn't like.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, yeah, we're not going there. But they were the ones making that comment. Like, if you did this before, I would have talked to you a long time ago. That just makes you so much prettier because you already big. So you just got to do extra stuff. I'm like, who? Yeah, I can't say what I said here because like my daughter watched this, and well, you know what, my daughter already know, but my mama watched it, and like, I'm trying to be nice, but I'm like, you know what? How about you go take a long leap off a short cliff? How about you do that and carry a cannonball with you when you jump?
Not a cannonball.
Hey, take the cannonball with you.
I had this teacher that used to say, "Oh, you just go to where the devil is." So you can say that's a nice way of saying,
that's a nice way of saying
go to where the devil is, sir.
Yeah. See, I wasn't that nice.
Extra.
I wasn't that nice.
I can't.
But yeah, it's and as mad as I was about it, with him saying that, when I actually stopped and thought about society as a whole, that's kind of the mindset that they have. Like, we have to do more just to be accepted. And I'm like, no, why can't you just accept me like I am? Like, why do I have to do something extra to try to attract your attention? Because if I got to do all of that extra, then that means I don't want you.
I don't, because I don't want to keep no pretense and whatever you thought I had to do in order to attract your attention in the first place. I'm glad I didn't do it because I don't want you. But that maybe you pose an interesting question about how society perceives the plus size woman. But it's funny because I think about old school, right? Like our community. They don't call them Big Ma and Ma Dia for nothing because they was big. Right. They was some big, hefty, sturdy brick houses.
Okay. Brick houses, yes.
And even on like old pictures, like old back in the day, like these were some fluffy women on these pictures, like in these paintings and stuff like that. Yep. So it must have been okay back in the day. And then also, oh gosh, I had this one experience when I was in high school. It was a Black teacher, and we were talking about, was it some history? It was. I will never forget his face, but his name escapes my attention. Black man, and he was teaching about history, and we were speaking about Africa and how stature is actually an indication of wealth and or prominence. Yes. And he said, now mind you, I'm a freshman, so I'm like, and he's like, you would have been a queen in Africa, basically, like, oh, you're a big girl, right. So you would have been a queen. Now at the same time, I felt like why'd you have to do that in front of everybody? But then at the same time, I was like, well, that's cool. I wish whatever was going on in Africa, that mindset would be here. So it's been around where big girls been represented, and they have been like appreciate it. So when did something shift?
When did it change? Yes.
Yes.
But you know what? Speaking on what you said about the big mamas back in the day, if you stop and think about it, it's almost like they were always older women. They were always a grandmother or a great grandmother or a great aunt, some older woman in the family, and it was accepted. But if it was a younger woman, she got ridiculed. If you stop and think about it, because think about it, your big mama, like, hold on, what's the movie, the Jesus, Tyler Perry,
Why Did I Get Married?
That's one of them, but not that, where the little boy almost burned the house down because the family was fighting, and then the crazy uncle was up in the bedroom and comes down with a TV full of money, and Big Mama died.
Oh yeah. I know exactly. Not Almost Christmas, something Christmas. No. I know what you're talking about, though. I know the movie you're talking about.
But she was big. Big Mama was big, and she was the only big one. But then, like you said, with the Tyler Perry movies, and it was Jill Scott with Why Did I Get Married?
Yeah, they drug
her. Younger. They drug her hard in that movie.
I'm still mad at her husband, her ex-husband in that movie. Like, when I see him,
I just want to hit you with a skillet
in the face,
or throw a pot of grits on hot grits on you.
But you know what else? While we're talking about movies, what was that movie? The Color Purple. The Color Purple. Miss Sophia, she was a Miss Stickles.
She was a fluffy, but Sophia was also older. If you stop and think about it, the fluffy ones where it was accepted, they were always older women. If you had to put an age range on it, I would say 35 and under, you're ridiculed for being fluffy. But like in the movies, they were always older women. Like Sophia, Sophia was what, maybe 50s, 60s? If you had to guess. I never really knew how old Sophia was in that movie, but
I don't think she was maybe by the time she got with her second dude, but when she was with Harpo, she wasn't no 50 nothing. She was, I think she was, she was probably over 30 though. So yeah.
But it's always older. It's the older women. It's like it's accepted if you're older, but if you're younger, that's where you get the ridicule and abuse.
Or maybe it's because, like you said, it got easier or better as you grew older. And us, I don't want to say us older head, we'll say the more mature woman, we ain't going. we come for me if you desire. Well, you walk with a limp. you walk over, but you limp back. So I don't know.
That's it. That reminds me of my favorite meme that I used a lot of when somebody come for me, be like, I think it had Beyonce on it, be like, I don't know what GPS told you to come for me, but you better reroute because this ain't what you want.
It's not. It's not like, what you want. I can't imagine now. What age were you? Let's go back to where you were just talking about how the gentlemen were reaching. Well, I ain't gonna say gentlemen, them dudes was in your inbox talking about if you just lost some weight or but how old were you?
I was like 20, 28, 29.
Okay, so maybe because you hadn't crossed that
I hadn't crossed that. There you go.
Okay.
I hadn't crossed it yet. That's why I say it got better as I got older, because then it's weird because I didn't change anything about me and how I acted. I did like nothing about my personality change. I didn't change to suit anybody. I kept doing Brandi. So Brandi did what Brandi was going to do. And if you didn't like it, that's your problem, not Brandi's problem. But it seemed as I got older, that same personality and mentality just attracted a different mindset, a different kind of dude with a different kind of mindset. And I don't have that anymore. I don't have that issue anymore.
Well, maybe it's the dudes, because as we grow older, like you said, nothing changed with you. So as you grew older, what you attracted, because maybe as you matured, of course, you're in a different level, age group, caliber of men. So maybe it's the men. Now I'm trying to place all the blame on the men.
Hey, it is the men. I mean, come on, how many? Like seriously, stop and think. Even as plus size women with our skinny girlfriends or our plus size girlfriends, how many times have you heard of a woman telling another woman, you know what? You just so fat and sloppy, you just need to drink battery acid and walk into traffic.
Well, that was particularly scathing. But I will say, sometimes, more than sometimes, we don't get the support that we need from our women.
This
Like,
is true. This
like
is true.
I TikTok is like my guilty pleasure.
Yes.
And I'm just saying. So I think I told you last time they have a section TikTok or whatever. And that's all body positive. It's great. You got the guys chiming in, you got the women chiming in. But sometimes, like now there's a trend, which is great. God bless y'all. You know, the two-piece bathing suits or the bikinis. You'll
Yes.
see a plus size woman donning those more often. And sometimes you'll come across one of the stories on TikTok where the lady, she's like, oh, shy, like, please be nice in the comments. And sometimes they are not nice. So it's not
No.
always the men. I can't put it all on y'all, even though I want
It's right. You know what? And it's to your
sometimes.
point, it's not all the guys, it's the
Yeah.
women too. I will say the difference between it, and as bad as the guys are, I give them credit for at least being upfront about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because usually with the women, it's slick comments,
Yeah.
it's shade, it's backhanded compliments, or oh girl, you know, if you just lost a little bit, you'd be fly. Like little stuff like that. It's still an insult, but
Yeah.
they just kind of smile and laugh it off to where you don't think it's an insult. But how they say, game recognized game. So
Yeah.
I can, like I said, and it might sound weird, but as bad as the guys are, at least they're upfront about it. Like they don't, no holes barred. Like they spit it out. You got to have some thick skin or something.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
There was this one guy I dated a while back, and he was cool. Like he met my mom and everything. But it's like
Mhm.
when that point comes where it's like, okay, where are we going with this? What are we doing?
Right.
But he was like, he said this, like he's like, you don't think it's weird? I was like, what? He's like, well, you're bigger than me. And I'm like, did you just realize this? Is this something, is this something that you're just realizing? But it was the most awkward conversation because you could tell that he was like almost to the point where he squirmed, like he was really uncomfortable, like
Wow.
having this conversation. I'm like, we've been dating for a few months, and this is, and I was needless to say that that ended it for me because, like,
Right.
first of all, if you can't be secure in this relationship, I don't
Yep.
like, I don't want that to be like a burden on you or whatever. Like I
Right.
want to, I don't want to be anyone's what's the word I'm looking for? Like I'm not like a pity party or like a second,
Yeah.
like
I'm not your charity case or
yes, like
yeah,
it was
no.
so weird though because like I said, we had dated for a few months. He had met my mama. You hear me? And I'm like, and he said, he was like, you don't think it's weird that you're bigger than me? And I'm like, and I was like, you know what? It is weird. You're small. So that ended the whole like, yeah, but
Yeah,
like
it was over.
besides that, like I don't remember many instances where someone was as like bold to my face,
Yeah.
like lose some
Yeah.
weight.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess I should say thank you for talking about me behind my back because the way this mouth is set up.
Okay. How did
Listen,
what's that running joke? Like I can control my mouth, but my face, I,
shoot. Mm-mm.
my
Definitely
face will
can't
get me in
control
trouble
my
quicker than my
face.
mouth. Yeah, no, I can't. Like
Don't
I
do it.
just can't. I'm not. I just, and my thing is I don't under. It's kind of the same. Like my mindset on this is the same as it is with gay men, lesbian women, all of that. I'm not hurting you. So why are you so concerned? Why does it bother you so much
X.
that you gotta hit my inbox, that you gotta post ugly pictures and send stupid messages? Why does it bother you so much? I'm not hurting you. I'm not trying to date you. Like I'm not coming at you. So why? Why? What do you gain from it?
I don't
Help me
know.
understand.
Misery loves company, I guess. I don't
I'm sorry, then
know.
I guess you're just gonna be by yourself because I can't do it.
Yeah,
I can't. I
I
am
have no
very comfortable
desire.
with my fluffiness, and if you don't like it, that's your problem. That's not my problem.
Oh, I almost singing a song from TikTok. If
Which
somebody
one?
don't like you, that's your business. That's their business. Anyway,
There you
let me
go.
get off TikTok. It's
But
unhealthy at this
no,
point.
actually, it's good though, because like you said, there's a TikTok. Then let's see. I'm gonna have to try to see if I can get on TikTok because
Mhm.
right now I'm on Big Talk, and it
And that's
started
for the
out
men.
for the men exactly. Somehow I
Yes.
ended up on Big Talk, and I'm like, Okay.
Right?
All right. Right? We send a message, hey boo, how you doing? So
Hello?
but it's crazy. Like the support. I mean, yeah, you got your trolls, you got your idiots, but it's almost like there's more support than negativity. So it's
Yeah.
outweighing, the positivity is outweighing those idiots. So I'm like, I'm all for it. I'm here for it.
Yes.
All
And for
day,
my
every day.
ladies, my fellow plus size ladies, listen. And I'm not, I don't want to categorize anyone because we're all in different walks of life, whether it is where you're absolutely in love with yourself and don't want to change a doggone thing, or maybe you're on a journey to lose weight, or maybe whatever, like, but there has to be a point in whatever phase of life that you're in where you are okay with the skin that you're in, where
Yes.
you are okay with a few little extra love handles, or maybe you just got some, I don't know, what's the bigger version of a love handle?
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe we just gonna say rolls. That's what they is.
They
Rolls.
rolls. Tootsie rolls, butter rolls, Hawaiian roll. You know, everybody love them King's Hawaiian rolls now.
Hawaiian rolls.
I'm just saying, everybody loves those King's Hawaiian rolls.
Listen, because they soft and they fluffy and they taste good. But well, um, I'm sorry. Sorry, I'm not sorry. But there has to be a point that where you come to where you're okay, and
Yes.
and that's the whole purpose of me doing this whole series. I want us to be able to, first of all, create a space where people feel comfortable enough, safe enough,
Yes.
vulnerable enough to have the conversation and to be okay and not have your sense of self-worth predicated upon what someone else thinks, feels, or believes about you. So
Absolutely.
if y'all don't get nothing else from this conversation, feel the love. Feel the love.
Feels
Embrace
alive.
your voluptuosity.
I can't say it right, but I love it. Every time I try to say it, I mess it up. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna not say it, but I love it.
Listen, yes.
You know
Because
what? I
I'd
need to make
rather
that a
be by my
t-shirt.
doggone self than, with
Okay.
someone who cannot like, because when I love hard, right? So I want
Yes.
someone who's gonna love, like don't, yeah, you're not
Don't come
doing
in here
me
playing
anything.
those games.
Don't
There
do
you go.
that. We're not.
Yep. Yeah, and like you said, even for the plus size women who are, if you're on that journey to lose the weight, like whatever you're doing, do it for you.
Yes,
Don't
that part.
not your husband, your boyfriend, your friends, society. Do it for you. Like, and don't worry, because I'm having that conversation with a friend of mine, and I'm like, Mama, you've been living your whole life for your kids, your parents, your brothers, your sisters, your aunts, your uncles. You need to start living for you. Like, do you? Because we're not promised to wake up tomorrow.
That part.
Tomorrow is not promised to us. So don't let, if today were to be your last day on this earth, don't let it be that you were depressed and down and upset because of somebody who don't mean a thing to you, has an opinion about how you look and what you look like when you wear something. And I can't say what they are, but it's the three F's. If you're not fulfilling one of them three F's in my life, I really don't care about what you're saying.
I I what's the
Feeding, feeding is one, financing is the other, and coitus, we'll say the politically correct term.
all right? But y'all know what
I
she
will be,
talking about.
but y'all know what I'm talking
Y'all
about. I
know.
said three F's, so that
All
other one
right.
is an F.
School me, sis. I was like,
Hey, she's like, I never heard that one. Yeah, that's the three F's. Because
wait.
I'm like, it's too many people, and then they keyboard warriors. They hide behind the screens and the keyboards. I guarantee you. Let me pull up at your front door. So what was that you was talking on Facebook? Oh,
Don't do it.
no, you wasn't stuttering on Facebook. Don't stutter now.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
See, I'm stupid, but I'm not gonna do it.
No, you're not stupid. You just outspoken, and that's exactly where you need to be. I believe sometimes because of the way that because we grew up in this extra fluff, we
Right?
have learned to maneuver things differently, and now we're at the
Yeah.
point we crossed that threshold. We into 30 to 35, we didn't cross that threshold. So now it's like
Hmm. Hmm.
that part.
Try me
So
if you want to.
um in line with the whole because I'm having a moment. So I recently relocated to Georgia, right?
Yes.
It's hot.
Don't
Ma'am,
even get me
no,
started.
ma'am,
Don't.
ma'am, no, ma'am. I was born in Chicago, the Windy City. I was born
Okay.
there. And I lived the majority of my life in Illinois. I did do some moving around for a little bit. The bulk of my life has been in Illinois, where we get all four seasons: winter, spring, summer, fall. Fall is my favorite. I even like winter. I love the snow. Got plenty of videos on, Facebook, whatever, where I'm like dancing in the snow, or like my dog, she loves the snow. Listen, it's hot here. It's very hot. So I say all that to say, I'm learning that I have to redo my entire wardrobe. Cause like, so this t-shirt right here, like if I do like this, you can see my bra strap, because
Right.
it's thin because it's hot. You laughing at me. It's
I
hot.
laugh because I feel your pain. I feel her pain.
So like I like, y'all know this from last episode. I am forever Torrid. Somebody from Torrid, find me. I want to be y'all spokesperson. So I'm Torrid all out, head to foot, right? So stuff like this, the see-through stuff, I wouldn't normally wear. But now I'm like, not only will I wear it, I will wear it proudly. I will listen. I had on a dress the other day, and it was a little shorter than what I normally wear, and it was a little thinner. So it showed the curves, and it
Right.
showed, like, it's the kind of dress where you have to worry about a panty line because it's thin material. But you know what? Because it's hot. I'm sorry. Like you said, it's hot.
You are killing me.
But I say all that to say,
Oh,
because I am learning even more so to embrace these curves. Sometimes you wear stuff that is more, what's the word, structured, because it will accent some curves, or it'll
there
hold
you
some
go.
stuff in
It's hold
place.
some stuff in, let some stuff loose. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, it's hot.
It's hot. It's hot.
So I'm learning. I will say, I was in my little dress, had my little legs out, had some Beyonce action. I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling myself. But
Okay.
but because it's hot. So I don't know how y'all been doing it. And I know you from Texas, so I know you get it. I know, but I'm new to this. So y'all bear with me. But if you're in Georgia, tell me where the big girls shop, where you can still be cute and cool, because it's hot.
You you don't have a torrid in Georgia?
I hesitate to say what city I'm in quite yet, but there's no Torrid
Understandable.
here.
Understandable. Okay. Okay. Okay.
But I will do. Torrid is the one store where I will buy clothes online. I don't like doing stuff online, but Torrid is the one
Understandable.
spot where I know, okay, if they say that this is this size, that's what it's going to be. So I'll shop online in a heartbeat.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. It's hot. Don't feel bad. We hot here in Texas too.
It is
And
hot.
we're even hotter because our freaking energy people are talking about turn your thermostat to 78
You know what? I'm
and
not
80
doing
when
that.
you're not home.
Is
Like,
that just a Texas thing? Why? Texas, Texas. I love y'all. What's going on? What's going on in Texas?
you
Why?
know,
Why?
it's hot. Okay. So, a lot of Texans have, we, and this is just what I've heard. We've been told that we're a little conceited because, we feel that we are our own country.
I,
Like, even though we're part of the US, like Texas does its own thing, Texas has its own thing. We are proud Texans. And on
proud
some
hot
level,
Texans. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, that part. Yeah, that part. And on some levels, I'm all for it. Like, Texas down, yeah. I don't care about no other state, Texas.
Okay.
Yeah. So that didn't work well with the energy thing because it's some legal federal thing where we were supposed to be part of a larger grid so that we could withstand stuff like this. But then Texas's legislature and people decided we don't want to be part of your grid. We want our own grid.
Why? Who did it? Find them.
I don't know who
I'm
did
not
it.
gonna knock on their door.
Well, it starts with Governor Greg Abbott.
Oh,
Let's start there.
you're messing up, Mr. Abbott. You said Abbott, Gregory
Mr. Abbott,
Sir,
yes.
sir.
You're messing up. And that explains why when the freeze hit back in, what was that, February, we lost power. There were people without power for at least some people with like 2-3 weeks without electricity when that freeze hit us. And back then they were like, okay, well, it just wasn't equipped to handle the ice and everything, but we fixed that problem. And okay, now here we are with scorching heat, where it's 10,000,001 in the shade.
She said 10 million.
That's in the shade. And now they can't handle the heat. So I'm like, okay, so I'm all for Texas pride, but yeah, we need to join somebody else's grid. Because
Immediately. I
immediately.
mean, that'd be enough to send me running because I don't and I will say my best friend, she knows I don't do well in the heat, but
I
I
don't
think
know
I'm
many
getting
people who
better
do.
because some people like the heat, some people like it. I'm sorry, I got real loud, but I can't. It's only because I can't comprehend it. I don't understand it.
Mama, no.
That part, like so. And if I'm getting too personal, y'all my family, so whatever. Somebody DM me, somebody give me some ideas because I will say this. This is a whole new different level of heat for me. Like 90, 100 degrees is nothing down here. But there are certain parts of my anatomy that must remain holy if you understand what I am saying. So if you can give me some tips, tricks, all my down south people, and I know FDS, okay, great. That's got to be something better than FDS. I saw you see the little advertisements of the Lumen on Facebook. I haven't tried that yet, but I'm tempted. Somebody hit me in my DMs. Somebody give me something because a new level of heat down here.
Deodorant and powder. Best
But
friends.
powder, you got to be careful with the powder because that's the talcum part of this. Is that carcinogenic? Carcinogenic? Is that a word?
Carcinogenic. Yeah, you said it right.
Yes.
Yeah. I think it's if it's not. See, I need to read up on that, so I'm not gonna even say it. So yeah, with the powder, just be careful. But yeah, with this heat, you're gonna be putting deodorant in places that you never thought you would put deodorant.
Oh, Father God, I yes, I'm learning the hard way. I was like, is that sweat? How did that? How did you even?
Yeah.
And my body just disrespectful. I'm about to get real close and personal with y'all. I love y'all. I hope y'all will continue.
Say my body disrespectful.
Because I'm sorry, certain parts be mercy. And I'm like, that has never transpired before. I don't know. Is it because I'm getting older? Is it because this disrespectful heat? But like I said, once again, there are certain parts of my body that must remain holy. So I'm be trying some stuff.
Yeah. It's the disrespectful heat. But if it makes you feel better, it wasn't always like this. Like I've lived in Texas my entire life, born and raised, with the exception of maybe about a few months here in Georgia, a few months in Virginia. I've been in Texas my entire life. I remember as a kid during the summer, we could get up on a Saturday morning, 8, 9 o'clock, go outside and stay outside all day long. Like, because back then you were scared to come in the house to get water, use the bathroom, because your mama might make you stay in the house. So we would literally stay outside all day long until the street lights came on. Try that now if you want to.
You won't live. And I don't say that like facetiously. I mean, like you're going to get
heat stroke.
Truth. For real.
You can get heat stroke. Like it's here in Texas, and it's probably the same in Georgia. At 8 a.m., it's already 85 degrees, pushing 90. At midnight, it's still 85 degrees.
That part. Let me tell you something. So every night before I go to bed, I have to walk my dog, Gamora. So I go outside. And so I'm a night owl, so I go to bed maybe 1, 2 in the morning. So right before I go to bed, I always let her out. So if it's 1:30 or whatever, that's nothing for me to be out letting her walk around. But at 1:30 in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, I don't want to have boob sweat.
You're going to.
At 2 o'clock that's disrespectful. There should not be a such thing as 2 a.m. boob sweat. No, ma'am.
At least no, ma'am. Not because you walked outside. I mean, other reasons it's acceptable. But
well, that
yeah, you get right.
Well, yes, other times.
But when you walk in the dog, no, that should not be happening.
Yeah. Father God, what are we gonna do about this heat, Lord? Okay, so
multiple cold showers a day. That's
a lot of, and that's okay. I mean, my hair is natural, so I don't have to worry about like a perm or whatever. And no diss to whoever got the perms, or whatever, but I don't have to worry about getting my hair wet. Like this humidity, right. I don't have to worry about it because it's gonna just curl up anyway. So
there you go. That's it. Yes.
Have
welcome to the South.
Well, thank you. I did live in Louisiana for 7 years, so I have a good idea. But I will say that I think that it's hotter here
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
than
Yeah.
yeah. And another thing, my whole wardrobe, and I'm not just saying that because I like to shop. I do like to shop, but I feel like I'm gonna have to replace like even my shoes. Like shoes are like I don't want to say they're I was gonna say optional, but I can't say optional because y'all got red ants down here.
Yes.
So you gotta have something on your feet. But it's like I wear a size 13 wide, so
Oh,
it's difficult to find cute shoes.
this is true.
Um, and I don't know if that's a plus size thing or if it's just a Bigfoot thing. So once again, somebody hit me up in my DMs and tell me where we get the cute shoes down here. Because I do have a couple, but it's like I feel like my whole foot shouldn't be covered up right now. I should have a nice sandal option. And I do have flip-flops, but I mean like flip-flops you can't do all
Okay.
day. They're not the best
There
for
you
you.
go. They're not the best for your feet, especially if you have an arch, because then your arch is gonna fall, and then you got the foot pain, and yeah, no, they're not the best.
Right. No, I'm flat-footed. I don't have no arches, but I'm just saying.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
No, that's from 20 plus years of retail standing on my feet.
Okay, don't say that because I've been in there, and thankfully my arch, I have an arch, and thankfully
Oh,
my arch has not fallen yet.
okay. God bless your ministry.
Knock on wood.
Hmm.
So we don't need that to fall because I hear that's very painful.
Well, I
So
don't. I don't even know if I ever had one. Like I don't remember. Like I
having
don't
an
know
arch
flat
foot,
foot.
yeah.
Yeah, flat footed just running my family. I know some of my brothers. I know my mama was. So whatever.
And then you know what? I don't know. Like you're saying about the foot size and the plus size. I don't know if that's the same. I don't
Okay.
know if they're supposed to be one and the same. Because like I get teased because everybody say I have little feet. So like
Oh,
the guys that I've been, like I wear a 9 in women's, and in men's I can wear 8. But I have little feet, so I don't know. And most
okay.
people are surprised because I'm tall. I'm
Yes.
tall. I'm plus size, but I have little feet. I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. I'm not supposed to have aircraft carriers attached to my ankles.
Wait a minute. Don't do that. don't do that. Not aircraft carrier.
Well, I mean, the way they talk, it's like, wow, your foot is so little. I'm like, okay, why are you so amazed? But I mean, one time a lady, she said it before she caught herself, and it was hilarious. She's like, you're a big girl and you tall and you have little feet. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna let that slide because you seem like you're genuinely surprised
Right,
that
and
I
not
have
just slick
small
side
feet.
dissing. We're
Right.
not
You're
doing
not
that.
sliding, you're not trying to be slick. Like you're genuinely surprised. I'm like, I'm gonna let that slide. Don't do it again. I just
Wow.
say, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. I'm not gonna give you that second chance. Don't do it
Well, I guess
again.
then you are just busting up some myths there. Like, okay, so it's not about the plus size, it's just about feet. And you can't control the size of your feet, ladies and gentlemen. So if you got
Can't
big aircraft carriers at the bottom of your legs, then God bless you. I mean that. And if you got little
hey,
bitty, little people feet, then God bless your
hey.
little people feet. Except the whole body. The whole
Accept it
body.
all.
Feet
Accept it
and all.
all.
Doggone it.
That's it.
And if you got a big water size head, then go ahead, bobblehead. God bless you with a wobble head. And if you
Bible
got a little head, I'm just
little
saying,
peanut. Go ahead, peanut.
we can't control this stuff. And I guess
No.
it frustrates me sometimes because what I'm noticing is like, and I don't know if it's just because it's a new dawn and a new day or a new generation, but like the new generation, I feel like I love y'all. Hear my heart. I feel like y'all soft because like it'd be like they be really going through over stuff that can be perceived as like not that serious.
Girl,
So
they as soft as melted butter on Georgia asphalt.
Georgia asked, why are we putting butter on asphalt? I have questions about that, but okay, I understand the premise.
Right. They are soft. They are
Yeah.
soft. Like what was it? Keebler's soft baked cookie soft.
Ooh, Keeblers.
Yes, that
I
soft.
got a whole moment.
I'm sorry. I will let you have your moment.
Oh gosh. Okay, stop. We don't need
My
any
bad.
Keeblers. No,
My
fine.
bad.
But I felt what you were saying because I was like,
Right. Yeah. I'll let you have your moment. Go ahead. That's okay. We with you. I'm sure somebody is with you. So go ahead. You're good.
Yes, so, I guess I'm just like, love every part of yourself.
Yes.
Some parts you can control. Like I said, if those do desire to lose weight, God bless you. But
Do
stuff
it. Just do it
you can't
safely.
control the size of your feet that you born with. You can't control your hands. You can't control your head. Like some stuff you can't control. And this is what you were given with. Then you got to make the best of it.
Work with it.
That's all I'm
Work with
saying.
it. That's it. That's all we saying.
My
And the day
goodness.
to come, you know what? We're gonna take over the world. That's all right. We're gonna take over the world. We
Okay.
us hold on. The voluptuosity. There we go. I said it right.
Yes.
I said it right. Is we taking over the world. Like
Yes.
you said, it's becoming, which is crazy to think that somebody's size has to become acceptable to be okay. And it's weird. It's crazy that I even have to say, well, plus size women are becoming acceptable now.
You know,
Why? When plus size men have been acceptable since the days of the caveman with the club and the
ma'am, ma'am, you touching on something right now. Don't make me go get the offering plates.
I'm sorry. I am sorry.
No,
But
no,
I'm
no.
just
That's that.
saying.
You're right though. Shoot, I love me a big old man. Oh, okay,
But
don't.
and you know what? And there's nothing wrong with that. But then, like you said, they've always been accepted. There's never been, or I'll say it hasn't, the bashing on them has not been as upfront and visible as it has been for plus size women. So like what, and it's funny when my coworkers were talking about it the other day. For guys, it's the dad bod. That's
The
that's
dad
that's what it
bod.
is. It's the dad
Yeah,
bod.
yeah.
Yeah. And that's what makes it cute and sexy and lovable. It's the dad bod. But then you put a woman the same size of that man next to him, he's hot and available and got the dad bod. She's slobby, don't care about herself and let herself go. What's the difference? What is the difference? So we're just now, it's kind of almost, it's weird because it's almost kind of like, what is it, the pay disparity between men and women. Like it's always been
Mm.
accepted for men, but now we're slowly catching up to where it's acceptable for us. And it shouldn't be that way. But at the same time, we just gotta, how they say, speak softly and carry a big stick.
I've heard that. That sounds like you got that from your mama, didn't you? That sounds like something your mom would say. I'm just saying
I actually did not. I cannot take credit for that one. I cannot take credit for that one. It was in the history books. I forget who said it. I want to say it was Roosevelt, Teddy Roosevelt, I think. I could be wrong. Somebody can correct me. But yeah, one of those guys said it. Speak softly and carry a big stick.
All right. Well, what about the
Yeah.
ones that speak loudly? I don't speak softly often.
So that's me. And then that means you just speak loud and carry an even bigger stick.
Oh wow. All
Like
right. We got
I'm
all
not a
the
soft
six.
spoken, right? I'm not a soft spoken person at all. Like I can soften my tone, but on average, I talk loud. I'm like in high school, I was an ROTC battalion commander. So I had to make my voice heard to 500 cadets out on a football field while the wind blowing 300 miles an hour. So
Okay.
yeah,
Then you got the
had to
lungs.
I got the had to put a little bass in the voice.
Mhm.
But yeah, no, mm, mm, mm.
Mm. Okay. And
Thankfully,
I
I
feel
haven't had
like,
to deal with the bashing as I got older.
well,
So,
that's because you crossed that threshold.
and you know what? I think part of it too is I became a mom and I got that mom look. And sometimes
Mm.
that mom look can be adapted to grown people and you give them that look and that's enough to make them back down.
Mm. I
Yeah.
think motherhood does change a thing. And you have a girl,
I have a girl. Yes.
so then it's like you had to be this. I
Hmm.
mean, I hate to say, but yeah, you had to be like this figure for her to
Yes.
like, and that not saying that you woke up and was like, I'm gonna be a figure for her to look up to and aspire to, but it's like I would imagine that would change like some ways that you do things because like you go into like another whole like another part of yourself comes alive once you become a mama, and
That is
especially
true.
to a girl.
Yes. Yes. It's had its challenges.
So wait.
We just go say it like that.
How old is she?
She's 19 now.
So is
Um,
she a thick madame?
she getting there.
Okay.
She baby thick. I'm big mama bear thick. She baby cub thick. She baby
Okay.
thick.
Do you ever have
But
conversations with her about like, has there ever been instances where maybe she had some uncomfortable conversations or some like, because I know
the
that
kind of stuff I dealt with,
yeah.
you know what? We had the conversation because I did start talking to her early because she was kind of like me, started developing early. She didn't develop as fast as I did, but I still had the conversations with her, like, okay, so you're starting to develop. This may attract the wrong kind of attention. This is how you handle it. It's kind of almost like I had to have that conversation with her that Black men have to have with their sons. Like, you're of age now, um son, you're a Black man, you're going out there, this is what may happen to you, this is what you do in this situation. So it was the same conversation I had to have with her, like, you're of age, your body is growing, your body is changing, it may attract more attention, this is what you do, this is what you don't do, this is how you react in this situation. So thankfully she has not encountered any of the things that I had to deal with.
Oh wow. That's
Yeah.
awesome then.
Yes, thankfully she has not. Um, and she's not even following the trend of, like, most young girls like the shortest thing they can possibly wear, the tightest thing they can possibly wear. She's not like that. She doesn't like tight, clingy clothes. She doesn't like short. She doesn't like her chest open and exposed. She doesn't like any of that.
Mhm.
So I'm like, okay, cool. So I don't have to walk around with all five of my guns. I can put three of them away and only do two. Gotcha.
Like Yosemite Sam, like wow.
Hey, me and okay, acting out that scene from Bad Boys with Martin Lawrence and Will Smith when the boy comes to the door to take
How
his
old is
daughter
you?
on the date.
13. You look 30.
13, you look 30.
Wow.
But no, she's honestly, she's been good. She hasn't had to deal with any of that negativity, that body shaming. She hasn't had to deal with any of that. And she's kind of picked up on a little bit of my attitude. So even if it does come her way, she shuts it down so fast. It's like, okay, well, we just
I'm
not gonna
so
bump into
glad.
ever. Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
so glad. And I
yeah.
can only imagine, like, and I'm glad that she's not had any like real negative experiences in that area because it can be so transforming and not
It is
necessarily in the, well, it
in
can
a
go
good
either
way,
way. Yeah.
right?
But I'm glad that
It's
she's not had to.
no, thankfully she hasn't. It's one of those, like you said, it can be, there's so many things. It can be scary, it's terrifying, it's doubt, it makes you doubt yourself,
Yeah.
it makes you not be you, it makes you not want to go out into the world. Like, it could have had to, like, even for me, I could have just receded inside myself and just become a shell, not wanting to go. I could have become a recluse. I didn't want to go out, didn't want to deal with anybody, but I took it in the other direction, and it pissed me off. So that's what it did for me, and it did scare me because, like I said, it started at a young age. So yeah, it scared me, but at the same time, it pissed me off. And I think for me, I wasn't mad about the attempt. Like, what pissed me off wasn't the fact that they did it. What pissed me off was that they made me scared. That's what pissed me off. Is that you put me in a place where I was no longer comfortable and I was scared, and I don't like being scared. So
Right.
that's what pissed me off about it. And I used that anger to make sure it never happened again.
I can tell. Like I know because your whole like demeanor just like shifted. I was like, I believe you.
All right.
I believe you.
Like, and I know, no, like, I don't, and a lot of people don't like being taken out of their comfort zone. So I'm like that too. In some areas, I do. Like on my job, I love being challenged on my job. Like, okay, well, Brandi, we need to do this. Can you help? Awesome. Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. I want it all. I tease my DM. I'm like, I know I get on your nerves because we'll have a new store opening up. Can I go to the new store opening? I want to go help. Can I go help? Can I go help, please? Can I go help? And Brandi, okay. But I just want you to know that I want to go help.
Right. Just in case you had any doubt.
Just in case you weren't clear, let's just make sure I want to help. And then follow up with an email. Hi, just wanted to follow up on our previous conversation, just so you know I'm available to help.
That's hilarious.
So, like, stuff like that, I love being pushed out of my comfort zone and challenged. But Yeah, when it comes to my body and what happens and what you got to say and what you doing, oh, no, that's gonna end badly for one of us, and it ain't gonna be me.
Right. Because you don't have, you can't, because it's my
It's mine. It's
body.
mine.
Mine. So
It
you
was given
can't.
to me, not you. So it's
Oh
mine.
gosh. Okay. So before we close out this segment, the hour goes
Holy
by
crap!
quickly, Miss Brown. I know.
Right. Oh my goodness,
I
right.
know. I want to first and foremost give any like closing words of like encouragement as it pertains to the big girls in this season, whatever that pops off of your heart. And then I want to, we never did even get into your podcast and stuff again. I feel like we keep dropping the ball. Like,
But we're doing with the purpose of your podcast.
yes,
That's the purpose of it. It just the time goes by. Like
it
I,
does.
I swear, I just looked at the time and it was like 8:15. I was like, okay, cool, we got time. And then you said before we go, and I looked up and it's 8:51. I'm like, wait a minute,
Yeah.
what just happened?
I,
But
yeah.
we did what you set out to do.
Okay, good. Well, Lord. Well, let's give
Yes.
our listeners, I want you to give them a little bit of encouragement before you go, or give them some sass. Oh, you know what? Give them whatever you want. Give, present it, because it might not be sweet and what, it might be sassy and feisty and fiery, and all that is needed in the queendom. Okay, girl? So
It
let us
is.
have it.
I honestly, I will say to any and every plus size woman in the world, like we've been saying, embrace you, do you, be that beautiful Amazonian woman that you are meant to be.
I'm sorry.
I'm mad.
I'm sorry.
The Wakanda warrior. That's what you are. Hey, he had a whole female security squad. So be that warrior. Nobody has the right to mistreat you, belittle you, talk about you, knock you down. Don't give them that power. And if you're in a situation where you're letting somebody do that, then I say that because people will only do to you what you allow them to do.
That part, sis.
Yeah. So if you're being bullied and body shamed by somebody, it's because you're letting them do it. Stop letting them do it. They don't have that right. That's not for them to do. That's not their place. That's not for anybody to do. So you need to take back your power. Love you. Love you, and nobody will even have the guts to come at you with that bullshit. I'm gonna just say it like it
love.
is. Because see, I like me, and I tell my friends, I'm like, okay, the stuff you let folks do to you, put me in your place. Do you think somebody would do that to me? Oh, well, nah, Brandi, because you're not that. There you go. I need you to have that respect and love and care and fire about you that you have for everybody else. Whoever you got up on that pedestal that you letting beat you down, knock their asses off and you climb up there. But mule kick them off that pedestal and you get up there. Mule kick.
I know that's
You can
right.
cave that chest in. But just be you, be the beautiful, amazing, wonderful, lovely, gorgeous you that you can be. Don't let nobody tell you no different. If you need more positivity, call me. I don't have a problem. 713-591-4896. I don't care.
You heard it.
I don't care. If you want to email me, Brandi@josephconsultingfirm.com. Hit me up. I got you.
And she can be found on Facebook.
Yes, ma'am. I can be found on Facebook at Brandi Cambric. I'm on Instagram at Brandi Cambric. I'm on TikTok, Brandi Cambric. Twitter.
You on TikTok?
I am on TikTok. Yeah. I gotta find you. Yeah. I haven't posted a video yet. I don't know what I want my first video to be. Like I created an account, but I haven't made any content. So I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do.
You got to.
Yeah, I do. But yeah, girls, y'all got this. Y'all are beautiful. You're gorgeous. Embrace it. Live it. Love it. Don't nobody else gotta like it but you. And if they don't like it, they can catch the next bus smoking out of town.
They can go to where the devil is.
They can go to where the devil is. Like your teacher said, go to where the devil is.
Yes. Well, I'm not going to add nothing to that because Brandi just brought the funk, brought the fire. And that's why I was like, it might not be sweet. It might be sassy. And that's exactly what it was. Thank you for presenting to the queendom, ma'am. So
Yes.
if I had a mic to drop, I'd drop it. But since I don't, I'll say I love y'all. Thank you for tuning in to We Are Not So Different. Until next time, do something nice for yourself. Peace.
Bye.
We are not so different.